Today we're making this funky little bookshelf out of MDF. Now, you might see these little design moves where we cut out these little half circles, but we're actually using those to create these side shelves. So this project is all about designing in the offcuts and then using those for additional features.
I'm making this project out of 3/4 inch thick MDF. It's inexpensive and it's nice and flat. I cut 1 foot wide strips using my circular saw guided by my Kreg straight edge guide. I laid out the spacing for the shelves on the side panels and then drilled holes in a ruler so that I could use it as a compass to draw 12-inch diameter half circles. I made these cutouts with my jig saw and I just went slow and followed the line. These half circles will serve as the end shelves and give the shelf a nice Swiss cheese aesthetic. The shelves in between the side panels are 30 inches long and I just cut those to length using my circular saw guided by my Kreg portable crosscut. I put some pocket holes into the shelves using the Kreg 720 Pro Pocket-Hole Jig. I put some glue on the ends, aligned the shelves with the lines that I drew with my pencil, and then drove screws through the pocket holes and into the side panels. On the first side, I made sure not to drive the screws all the way. I want it to be just a little bit loose so that I can bend the shelves and align them with the other side panel to make sure everything's nice and square. For the half circle end shelves, I drove in 1 screw on one side and then flipped the shelf over so that I could align the end shelves with the middle shelves. MDF is not known for its strength, so I wanted to add a middle shear panel between the 2 middle shelves. I took a field measurement to get the length right, and to keep the design consistent, I used my offcuts to trace some cutouts that would be consistent with the side panels. When I make up designs as I go, like I'm doing here, I often like using scraps from one piece to inform the next piece. Perpendicular support like this keeps the shelf from racking, which could weaken the screw connections between the shelves and the side panels. One of the things I like about working with MDF is that it's already so smooth and ready for paint or finish, but I did use my Orbital Sander just to flush up the intersections and to round over the corners from some of the half circle cutouts. I've been using a lot of lime plaster paints for some of my recent renovation projects, and they have a really nice chalky texture. This was some leftover paint and it had gotten kind of dried out, so it was a little bit more clumpy than usual. I smeared it on with a putty knife and then evened it out with a purdy brush. The result is a super matte plastery finish that's going to really make the books and art that's going to be displayed on the shelf appear to be bright and colorful. This is a cost-effective and quick project. I only used half a sheet of MDF and the entire thing took me just about 2.5 hours. So regardless what you think of this particular set of geometries, this technique can be used to create all sorts of shelving systems, no matter what your aesthetic preference is.
So this bookshelf is going into my friend's gallery and she's going to use it to display little knickknacks and art objects for sale. I like the semicircle design, but you could take a more organic approach that's that follows less strict geometry. You can do little wavy lines and still, as long as you incorporate this width into these little side shelves, still get that same sort of look. So the other thing that I think is interesting to consider is I like this textured finish, but MDF is really smooth, so you could go with a completely different look by just doing a typical smooth paint over it instead of this lime wash paint that I used. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out some of the tools and other products that I use below.